Hey guys, this video is DNA tips and tricks. It's a genealogy video. I was reading this and I was reading the first story, and she was talking about trying to figure out her dad's family. The first story in here, and so she took an ancestry DNA test. Her brother took a Y DNA test, and her sister, had taken a mitochondrial test, or X chromosome test. And that's all well and good, but she was confused by her ethnicity breakdowns. Well, okay, those are variable, you know. But it's not something you spend a lot of time worrying about. I mean, unless mine came back that I was 50%, East African or something, then I'd be going, huh? But, or 50% Russian, then I'd be going, what the devil is going on? But what she should be looking at is she wants to know about her grandparents, because her grandmother died young, and her grandfather ended up giving up his kids to an orphanage. He couldn't take care of them back then, And she was looking through records, but why didn't she go through her DNA matches themselves? To see what her matches tree said, to see what surnames her matches have. Because it sounds like, although her brother got what would be expected out of his Y DNA, they got some anomalous things out of the autosomal, or the regular DNA. So why not go through the trees and see if there is a non-paternal event, which means that somebody along the line had a baby with somebody that wasn't the person that they were partnered to. That can mess with the genealogy, or the DNA, I should say. So, she should have been going through the matches on her dad's side. And one of the ways that you do that is you go into the matches, and the very first thing that you do, you look at your highest matches, and you can probably figure out pretty quickly whether they're on mom's side or dad's side. And in Ancestry, at least, they have these dots, colored dots. You choose a color, and you write paternal or whatever. Now, they will tell you if it's your paternal or your maternal line. The probability of it, you know what I mean? They'll even tell you if it's mixed, and that is possible and does happen. Doesn't mean your parents were cousins or anything. Well, they were cousins probably 10 times back. Like my mother's biological father was like 8th cousins with her mother. Big deal. I'm sure that her mother knew that he had the same last name as her grandfather, but her grandfather? her great-grandfather. But I'm sure she didn't think, hey, could they be related? Well, you live in Maine with a small population. Yeah, probably. But the chances were better, let's put it that way. She wouldn't have thought about it, and he certainly wouldn't have had a clue. My mother never got married up there because she knew she was related to way too many people up there. So, and it's funny too, because she went to school with one of her first cousins, one of her father's nephews. She didn't know. She could have just as easily married him. And then years down the line took a DNA test, and good Lord, we're half first cousins, you know? So, well, no, that wouldn't be half. That would be first cousins because their parents were full siblings, you know? So she could have taken the DNA test down the line and found out that her husband was her first cousin. So it just kind of depends on, and that can happen, especially in states, less populous states like Maine. So you wouldn't even know, especially if you don't know who your paternal line is, or if you've been lied to about your said paternal line, which she was. We have a different situation on my dad's side, and that is we're trying to figure out his grandmother. Boy, what I wouldn't give for a DNA test from my grandfather or one of his siblings. I mean, don't get me wrong. We have 3 cousins. We have my uncle, we have his first cousin David, and we have his first cousin James. So, oh, excuse me. No, I'm sorry. That's his first cousin once removed. It's his first cousin's son, um, James, the third, or Ted, because it's James Edward, so he goes by Ted. Um, because he's the third in the line of James. You gotta distinguish yourself somehow, I guess. Um, so I just wanted to give you those tips when you go into your DNA. Look at your matches and try to, by their trees, by their what's the word? Not mutual, shared matches with you. Determine which side they're on and mark them. Now, it's been a while since I've been in my MyHeritage DNA. I'm trying to think if you can mark them over there. Okay, let me go over there. Okay. Bookmarks. Okay. I have to log into this. There. Whoops. What the heck? Oh, here we go. Okay. Alrighty. DNA matches. Okay. Here, I review a match, okay, review a match, right? You look at it and you see all this stuff. Now, is there a way? And then there's all these people who are more closely related. Now, okay, I had to make a note because they don't have a way to um, and this shows the possible relationship. So let me go to this one because this is new. They haven't. Okay, it's saying. Well, that's interesting. Anyway, this person. See, they've changed how. Okay, there we go. How it works. So here they'll show you your closest. There you go. Common ancestor, which would be the great great grandparents for Colleen Demko. David B would be the great grandparents. Um, see, again, I come up with um, almost 3% Italian. Um, and if that confuses you, if you come up with a group like that and you go, say what? Well, look at the map. The reason that I come up with that is because of my French ancestry. Yes. Italy and France are both on the Mediterranean. They're both attached to each other, and there's some overlap. You can see it on the map. Here we go. So if we go to Italian, you will see that it overlaps with France and Switzerland. And interestingly, David B doesn't have any. He has 0. Yep, the Eastern Mediterranean. Okay, this was when they conquered. Yeah, they conquered the area, and that's why. Now, David doesn't have it because that's on my French side, and he's not French. um, so, but if you look at Uncle David, he's 99% my uncle. Okay. All right. And he also has Italian. Italian. Now, Irish, Scottish, and Welsh. Okay. He has 1.3. Again, it comes from our the only chromosome we don't have a shared segment on is the 22nd with my uncle. And the first half of it isn't even tested, so we could have more, but it just is areas that aren't tested. So, but he's 99% my uncle. That's funny. I could have told you that. Anyway, so yeah, I share a very large amount of my DNA with him. I'm going to go to him. Nope. Yep, that's uncle's first cousin. That's Daniel. Okay. Oh, there's Maureen. You can put a star on here. So if you want to put a star, I can't make you see it, but underneath the name, underneath the ones that go with whatever family, that's fine. And it shows you your relationship and the other person's relationship. They do a comparison on here, which they don't do on Ancestry, like with my uncle. Well, my uncle's first cousin. It says parents' first cousin for David B. And for me, and then for Uncle David it says first cousin. And it shows the CMs we each share with that person. Same thing with the next person. So if I were to click on David B and go down, it would show you my matches with him and how they're related, to the best of their ability. Now, I'm going to go over to Ancestry and show you, because they've done some, whoops, in the right place, bunk. They've done some renovating on their DNA. DNA. Okay, do another test. I like to view my uncles because it's easier to separate the paternal from the maternal. View matches. Okay. Show me. Got it. Okay, maternal and paternal. And he has 2 matches that match both sides of his family, which makes sense because I match both sides of his family because I'm his niece. So, and there are a few that were unassigned. So let's view matches that they call paternal. See right here on the side? Gosh, I wish I could show you. You can, on the opposite side here, opposite side, come on, there we go. You can, oh, you can see the dots, create a color. I created blue for Wilson. Most of these people are already marked. Oh, this is a new one. Let's look at this guy. Okay. View full tree. Let's see what who our shared matches are. Me. Would be Lockhart, who's unassigned. That one's unassigned. Okay, so we have some unassigned ones. So my guess is that this person is going to be this person's a grandpa side. Add to group, and then there's the list of groups. Can you see it? And I go down and I find Wilson, etc. I also have subgroups. Because I think the Dalzell is an important name, I have it as a subgroup so that they're separated because I have this Panenia Dalzell that keeps coming up. And I'm wondering if in my grandmother's, my great-grandmother, my father's grandmother's side, there's a non-paternal event somewhere. I don't know. Either that or she had no clue who she was. Now, we know that he is Wilson. Okay. Add to group. Now, this one says paternal side, okay. And it's only 35 cms. So it's a long way down the paternal line, but let's check the shared matches. Yeah, Ruby, you keep coming up. So I'm going to say, oh, I've got you marked. Okay. Yeah. Yep. I would like to see one with a big tree, but good luck. See, that's the trick. Finding, ones with a big tree. And I recommend writing a note of exactly who the person is, if you know. And on Ancestry, it will come up right underneath the person. And if you notice a blue dot on, just underneath the picture, it just means you haven't actually clicked on it yet. James McLarish has an unliked public tree with one name in it. No wonder you didn't like it. Iris. Okay. Yeah, you're on that side, that's for sure. McLarish. My payment information is updated. Why do you tell me that every month? Anyway. Okay, by parent. That's still in beta, but which we already did. By location. Oh, very cool. This here allows you to see how many DNA matches you have in different places. Canada, Australia, different parts of Australia, New Zealand, um, Europe. In this case, there are none in Africa, there are none in the former Soviet Union. Don't have any matches in Alaska. On My Heritage, they have a place where you can look at your matches by country and click on each country. So that's pretty unique. Let me show you that, because that could be very helpful, particularly if where is it? Okay. DNA matches right here. The bottom of your DNA matches. See all the countries? Don't be surprised if you have matches in places that is really weird for you. Now, it also shows you, like, I'm English, and I'm Irish, Scottish, and Welsh. It shows you where most of your matches, the number of matches in each of those groups. English, I have 9,245 matches. Ireland, Scotland, Wales, I have 10,500 matches. That's my most matches. I have 7 matches in Iran, Iraq, or Mizrahi Jewish. 6 matches in freaking Mongolia. So they literally go to every country you have a match in, which is really neat. Again, I'm 54.8 English, 42.4 Irish, Scottish, Welsh, and 2.8 Italian, and 13 additional genetic groups. Okay, your full estimate. Bing! Gotta hurry up, guys. Here you can better see how the Italian and the French kind of mix. Anyway, let's go to the mid-range. That's pretty neat. I hope you've learned something from this video. I need to go because we're less than 30% power. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm so glad to have been able to bring this to you. I am going to go watch the Royal Rumble 1990 and bring you that review. Daily Journal's already done. It was done last night. But thank you so much, guys. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Mwah. Thank you. And don't forget to tune in to Kid Missing for our Dough Friday. Bye, guys. Love you.